The fears of many Nigerians may have been realized after Wednesday's rejection of electronic transmission by results by the Senate, despite the passage of the Electoral Act Amendment Bill. Now, despite the somewhat elaborate explanations of Senate President Godswill Akpabio, this development might be another motivation for Nigeria's civil society to continue to question the sincerity of the authorities towards the upcoming elections. Lawyer and public affairs analyst Maxwell Opara joins both of us now to explore other legal options there may be to uphold the sanctity and credibility of the 2027 polls. Maxwell Opara, thank you for joining us on Newsday.
It's my pleasure to be here once again. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So, I'll start off by just talking about a lot of the reactions to this. Online and in conversations, there's been a decent amount of backlash, and people have been able to read between the lines as to what this really means for them. But does it matter? I mean, the decision has been made. What does this really mean for voters?
Well, I want to start by saying that the Nigerian Senate are taking Nigerians for granted, and they are testing the waters, and they feel that Nigerians cannot do anything. Because if you watch after 2023 election, matters gets to court, ranging from pre-election to post-election matters, to the main election matters, from election tribunal to court of appeal to Supreme Court. And now Supreme Court now say that INEC regulation is not a law. That was what, though I have my reservations about that pronouncement by the Supreme Court, but that remains the law. Now, it was after that when the then INEC chairman was telling us that after transmitting the result of Federal House of Rep and that of Senate, reaching that of the President, he said there is a technical hitch. Now, the matter went to court. And the court said that it is not mandatory for the INEC to transmit the result to INEC result viewing portal. That is IRF. That is not mandatory. So after that, Nigerians now started calling for amendment of the Electoral Act so that it will be mandatory. Let it be a mandatory framework so that INEC will not have that discretionary option whether to transmit or not to transmit. That was the essence of calling for this amendment. Now, the Senate, in their own way, in order to ensure that the 2027 election is rigged, in order to force Nigerians not to come out to vote, so that they will have their way, decided to vote down that particular proposal, that particular bill. And to even put salt on the wound, the Senate President, I don't know whether he's talking to a group of Imbe side, was telling us that that particular transmission of result has not been removed from INEC. I don't understand what he was trying to establish, because that section 60 is already there in the Electoral Act, and the court have also made a decision that it is optional. It depends on INEC whether they will choose whether to transmit the result to their portal at rate time or not. And Nigeria said no. Let us include it in the Electoral Act. Let it be mandatory, so that they will not have option, so that any result that was not transmitted at rate time will not be counted as result. Going by our terrible experience in 2023 election, we are expecting them only for them to vote it down, so that they will still have their way and re-elect themselves again through rigged election. That is what they are trying to achieve. But I'm calling on Nigerians that will not allow this thing to stand.
All right, Dr. Opara, let's look at the other aspect of this argument. Do you think the electoral transfer of results, is it a fail-proof process, to prevent the manipulation of the elections itself? I know we have, reservations about technology every now and then, but what are your thoughts here? You've already highlighted the scenario regarding the possibility of rigging before doing this. If you recall, before, what we were having before, ranging from
I think that was Maurice Iwu, when Maurice Iwu was the chairman of INEC, where people were still queuing on the line to vote. He announced results. I think that was in Anambra State Governor during Andioba. And he said that America should come to Nigeria and learn how to do election. And with the combined effect of all this, Nigerians lost interest in anything that has to do with voting and the election. Until during the 2023 election, they told us, INEC came to various media, including Arise, to say that the results shall be transmitted from the polling booth. And any result that was not transmitted will not be counted. That particular statement encouraged many people, including those that are living in diaspora. They came back, register, travel back, came back to collect their PVC, travel back, and came back to come and vote. People came out only for them to say that it is optional, especially that of the president. So people now said, if they are not going to transmit our results from polling booth, there is no need of us coming out to waste our time. They should just the money budgeted for INEC. They should just take the money to IDP, motherless babies, and use it for other things, so that the people that are already there, they will just announce them, so that they will continue without wasting our time. People are losing their life in the name of election. At the end of the day, what they came out to do, they will not achieve it. And you are the legal framework that's supposed to encourage people to come out, you now voted it down. And you on the Senate there, you said the Nigerians should calm down, that they have not. Are you talking to an idiot? There are people that are more intelligent than you, more educated than you. You are there by a privilege. When you are talking, you should know that people are watching you. This particular issue, that was the main reason. That was the main reason why people say that electoral act should be amended. Every other issues, we can manage it. Because if I'm sure that after voting there, you count it there, sign the form there, and they transmit it in your distance. Before you even get to your house, people will know the result by themselves. So you voted it down and said that we can do whatever thing that we like, and we say it's not going to start. That's why I'm encouraging everybody. We should engage. I've been calling most of them that I have their number. We should engage our senators and the House of Rep members and tell them that it's not going to be business as usual. How many are they? You are few of you. You want to slaughter the entire intention and the entire opinion of over 200 million Nigerians. It cannot happen. We are calling on NGO, Yaga Africa, and some other persons. I learned that they are going to occupy Abuja by Monday. Let us support them. That is the only area to get it right.
And to your point, we talked about the impact this has on voters, but what about the opposition party? I know the ADC has come out to condemn this decision. They called it a loss for democracy. What does this mean for opposition parties? I mean, how should they even think about positioning themselves with this kind of a law passed?
Of course, both all those people that want to come out to come and contest with APC, if this particular law is not amended and they did not include this particular clause, that particular section 60 sub 3 of the letter to make it mandatory, they should stop wasting their money. It's going to be business as usual. In fact, people should not even disturb themselves coming out to vote. What are you coming out to vote for? Something that you know that is good. They are going to read. This is a arrangement telling us that 2027 election is done and dusted. So that's the reason why they are doing everything humanly possible to frustrate this particular clause. They know what they are doing. They know what they are doing, and I'm highly disappointed in the opposition in the House. They are not even making any noise. They are not even saying anything. So what do you want the opposition to do? They should come out. They should come out, protest, engage. Let us shout. Then, if at the end of the day they refuse to amend it, they should stop wasting their money and disturb people. Let them just announce. Let the new INEC chairman announce them. President Tinubu re-elected, Senate president, all of them. Let them come back and continue, instead of risking people's life and making noise over there in the name of election.
All right.
Because this is going to be what we call selection, not election.
All right. Dr. Maxwell Opara, lawyer and public affairs analyst, would like to thank you for your thoughts on those issues. Good to have you as always.